Lethal Company, an incredibly terrifying yet simplistic game, a game that has exploded in popularity over the last few months with just over 8 million players. But just like Superhot and Among Us, this game was born to be played in VR. The simplistic yet engaging elements would be a perfect match for virtual reality, and until now that was impossible. But thankfully the community have been hard at work to get this game to work inside VR, and they've done it, and it works perfectly, almost as if it was made specifically for VR. And in this video I'll show you everything it has to offer and how you can play Lethal Company VR. Now, before I start, at the end of this video I'll give you a seed which you can use to get everything I've shown in this video in one neat bundle. But I will warn you, playing this package in VR is absolutely terrifying. Oh! Get off! What I'm showing you in this video is a mod that just officially released for the PC version of Lethal Company. It's playable with an Oculus or Steam compatible headset in PC VR. Now, I'm assuming because you clicked on this video, you already know what Lethal Company is, but for those who might not, it's an extraction co-op arcade style horror game, blending simplicity in controls and graphics with the complexity of proximity chat and multiplayer. This combination makes one of the most fun yet terrifying games to play. Your mission is simple. Collect scrap from different locations and sell them to the company to meet your 3-day quota. I can't place it. Lethal Company VR is not just any port. It's a direct translation of the game into virtual reality, which means you get the same game but with the immersive depth of VR. And the best part? It works flawlessly with players on different devices. No limitations when playing with friends. This cross-platform capability is a game changer, literally. In virtual reality, every aspect of Lethal Company is elevated. The gameplay becomes more immersive and dynamic. Imagine physically peeking around corners and directing your flashlight with natural hand movements. It adds layers of realism and tension you just can't get on a standard screen. Despite the game only launching a few months ago, this VR mod has been in the works for a while. The way the mod is installed might just be its biggest selling point, even though it's free, but more on that later. But how does it feel in VR? Well, imagine Minecraft VR in terms of the user interface. Your UR is on your hands, and every object you interact with moves just as you expect in VR. Proximity chat also works just like the flat screen version. Everything functions near perfectly. Climbing ladders, interacting with objects, even using spray paint feels incredibly natural in VR, as if this game was supposed to be in VR.
I'm just bolting people with the shovel.
Wait, we need to decontaminate you.
But VR isn't just about controls or visuals, it's about immersion, and Lethal Company is terrifying because of the blend of elements, the unknown whereabouts of your friends, the suspense of what's next around the corner. In VR, this horror is intensified. Corridors become more claustrophobic, the dynamic movements of the flashlight cast terrifying shadows, and being chased feels more real as you can physically turn your head to see the monsters behind you. However, not everything in the VR version is perfect. Picking up objects can be a bit hit or miss, and the lack of physics for items can be, well, strange, as physics is the standard in most VR experiences. Also, there are some compatibility issues with other mods, but there is a handy list of all the compatible ones. And staying on the topic of mods, the installation of this mod, thanks to the mod installer called Thunderstore, is incredibly user-friendly. It's probably the easiest way to install and play mods, and with the compatibility sheet you can easily integrate a variety of mods that work with the VR setup. The process is so simple, and I'll walk you through it on screen now. It's quite literally a search and a tick box. Then you run Lethal Company from the Thunderstore mod installer, and it literally couldn't be more simple. You can invite friends from the invite main menu, and that's just it. Just a note though, your friends will need the same mods as you if you want to see your movements inside VR, otherwise they'll just see you as a normal player with basic movements. With several mods installed like Mimic or Brutal Company, the horror aspect of this game dials up exponentially. The VR mod isn't just an add-on, it's a transformative experience that all players can choose or choose not to immerse themselves in. This is one of the first broadly adopted games to offer such a seamless VR option, and that's what sets it apart. The mod that allows this is called Lethal Company VR by Daxis, and looks like this. I've gone through the trouble of testing and trying a combination of compatible mods to make Lethal Company the best VR experience possible. From new moons to random cosmetics to terrifying additions that make this a horrifically brilliant VR experience.
Yeah? Who's that? That's not.
So I mean, you'll go back. And
No, it's an enemy, it's an enemy. Get back.
Also, in the description, I'll give you a seed which you can use on the Thunderstore so you can test the mods and other compatible mods. The seed will automatically down the mods on your Thunderstore profile. Everything I mentioned in this video will be in the description. Drop a comment if you've played or want to play Lethal Company VR and let me know what you think. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.
Welcome to your first day on the job. This is your very own autopilot ship, where you will eat